Hello, welcome. How are you? This is Matthew. This is a Love Buddy Love Tip Live. Today we do this every day. Well, we do this Monday through Saturday. Sunday we have what's called a Love Cast, which is 30 to 40 minutes. The daily Love Tip Live is about 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes we go about 12 minutes because I talk too much, or it takes me a while to explain what I want to explain, share what I want to share about how to apply love to your life, how to have a better life through the application of love. Now, I got to tell you, there's not a doubt in my mind, and I challenge anyone, I dare you, as Joe Rogan would say, I dare you. How dare you? It's so funny to hear him say that. Anyway, I dare challenge anyone to tell me how they can find a better way to approach life, a better foundation for life, a better center for your life than love. In fact, people find God in their life to be such a profound influence, and worshiping their God can be an incredibly profound influence. Sometimes for the better, sometimes not so good. Sometimes some of the influences that come along with whichever God they choose can cause people to divide, people to separate, people to be cold to each other, people not to focus on love. However, so much of the time, their God represents love to them. And if you remind them, hey, love is compassionate, love is respectful, love is kind, you say, yeah. And they align themselves with love, as opposed to aligning themselves with dogma, or aligning themselves with, oh, once I have enough money, then I'm going to be happy, or once I have more power, once I reach this position at the office where I'm in charge of this or that, So anyway, love tips are about having more love in your life, and I really want to encourage you to take a look at how love can change your life, especially when it comes to today's topic. Extremely important topic. If you want to live a life, a conscious life, instead of kind of acting like an animal or a drone or a robot or a sheep in life, if you want to be somebody who's got their own direction, living their own life, have their own identity, have their own a meaningful life, a life that's uniquely meaningful to you, because whether you really recognize it or take advantage of it or not, you're a unique individual in this world, and you deserve to have a 100% unique life. And what I mean by that is not everything you do is completely different. I mean, we all breathe air, we all eat, most all of us love to have friends, and we love to be physically fit, those things that we have in common. But there's a combination of those things, and there's some unique application of those things. There's a unique mission that you can have when you know yourself. But the topic today, lack of direction. How many people have lack of direction? Well, I'm sure billions, what is there, 7.5 billion people on the planet. I guarantee you billions of them, probably 5-6 billion at least, out of the 7.5 billion, probably more than 7 billion people have not really a very meaningful life. They're just trying to survive. They're just struggling. They're directionless. When they have spare time, they're watching TV. They get into distractions, whatever those distractions might be, addictions, gambling, drinking, drugs, smoking, just vegging out and watching TV and being a couch potato and really doing nothing, but occupying the mind with mindless recreation of some sort, where they really are not living a life full of meaning, but they're just surviving each day, like a dog sits on the floor and sleeps. Animals roam around, they'll drink from the river, and okay, that's great for an animal, but what about for a human being? We can be so much more. Do you want to waste that potential that you have? Well, most people are, by far, most people are. Sometimes they have very little choice. Sometimes it's extremely challenging, depending upon the handicaps they were born with, the environment they're in, the mentality of the people around them, the opportunities of the people around them. Some people are born with incredible potential, they throw it away. Some people are born with the ability, they have the resources, they have the network, they have the environment to do so much good in the world, but what do? Instead, they're just self-indulgent. They don't help anybody else. They don't make the world a better place. Because of this basic factor, people that have the opportunity to make a change in the world because they're born in a constellation of circumstances that gives them a very advantageous position. They throw it away, they waste it, they indulge it on their own family dynasty or their own, maybe their own indulgences, that it's kind of a meaningless life. I mean, these people have meaningless lives because they're not really doing anything of any significance. But you know, when you've got, I've known people that were born with money, and a lot of times that is the worst curse you could possibly have, because you're never, ever forced by having hungry days, by having lonely days, because there are always people around you, to really self-reflect and say, do I have meaning in my life? The other end of the scale, there are people that are born extremely poor in extremely poor circumstances where no one around them has any resources to speak of. They don't have a network. They don't have a community. They don't have any money. They don't have a nice house. They don't have an education. What can they do? How can they add meaning to their life? Well, a lot of these people, in fact, almost all these people have a lot more meaning in their life than the super rich do, than those that are born into a life of privilege. However, being able to pursue what it is that they really believe in can be really challenging. However, if you understand love, if love is your foundation, love is your center, you can always find meaning in your life, bring meaning to your life. And how does that happen? That happens mostly when we talk about adding meaning to our life, having direction in our life. It has to do with love, loving yourself. When you have communication, is one of the qualities of love. When you're communicating with yourself, when you're listening to your heart, when you're aware of the things that you love, the things that mean something to you. Wow, I really love working with kids. I really love painting. I really love to create the perfect seascape on canvas. I love dance. I love cooking. I love cooking for other people. I love building. I love building beautiful homes, beautiful office buildings. What is it that you really love? If you're communicating with your heart, if you're in touch with yourself, you're going to know what you love to do. And the more you focus on what you love to do, the more satisfaction, the more gratification you have in your life, the more meaning you have to your life. And you are not only able to serve yourself in that way, but the magic of love is that you automatically are serving others in that way. When you're doing what you love, what satisfies you, what makes you feel like you have a meaningful life, is automatically benefiting the world. You like to make the perfect pancake? There are people who want to eat those pancakes. Okay? You want to build the perfect building? You want to write the perfect poem or write the perfect book? There are people who want to read that, people who want to live in that building, people who want to enjoy the perfect, fantastic, beautiful expression of yourself that you are. But if you're not in touch with yourself, if you don't know how to love yourself, you don't understand what love is, you're never going to have any meaning in your life because you're never going to know who you are. So you've got to know who you are by communicating with yourself. One of the ways that I don't know a better way, I don't know how you can do this without some kind of meditation. I've got a meditation course coming up that shares about, well, now I've got about 14. I was planning on having 10, and then I bumped it to 12. Now I've got about 14 different ways that you can meditate that help you to get more in touch with yourself, your environment, and bring meaning to your own life. I meditate 15 minutes every day, and it helps me. I always get bright ideas, I always get great ideas, I always get more calmness, I always communicate with myself, communicate with the universe, communicate on a very, very basic and calm level with existence when I communicate. It brings me peace, it brings me love, it brings me joy, it brings me meaning, it brings me insights. And we've got to have those things if we want to know who we are, our place in the world, not because we're living for other people, but we're living for life. And that includes us and the oneness that is all around us. You want to have a beautiful yard, you want to build a beautiful birdhouse, the birds are going to love you for it. You want to have a garden, you know, happy vegetables in the garden. Look at them grow. Flowers. Self-expression in its pure form. brings meaning to your life, and it's a contribution to the world. If you're not in touch with yourself, if you're not being calm, if you don't understand how to love yourself, if you don't understand what love is, it's going to be literally impossible for you to have meaning in your life and therefore be able to contribute to the world, contribute to yourself, have a joyful life, create a joyful world. And that's what happens with 7 billion of us probably. We're not really doing that. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking about this, because traveling the world like I have, being in all the religions that I've been in and doing all the research that I've done and watching people, I know that by far most of the world, they don't have meaning in their lives. Individuals, they don't understand love. That's what this is about. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm here every day, Monday through Saturday, with another love tip. How to have a better life. You put more love in your life, you have more life. You have a more meaningful life, have a more joyful life, have a more wonderful life, a happy life. That's how you do it. It's through love. There's no other way. And if someone does have a happy life, I'll show you where the love is. I'll show you how love did that. It wasn't their car collection. It wasn't just having babies. It was about the love aspect of those things. There can be love in cars. There can be love in babies. There can be love in painting. There can be love in anything. And if there isn't any love, I guarantee you that there's no meaning and there's no joy, there's no happiness in it. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope your life is filled with love. I hope you're having a wonderful day, or you had a wonderful day so far. I'll be back tomorrow. We're here 10 p.m. New York time or 10 a.m. China time every day, Monday through Saturday. Sunday's a little longer. Sunday's a love cast. It's 30 to 45 minutes, somewhere in there. Take care. I love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.